promised you a great gorgeous girl tonight.
Pretty classy, a maker of champions.
The giant.
I'm so sick of these people. You know, I'm the tribal chief around here. Yeah, you see me, the tribal chief. That's right.
I got that thing on me. I got that stick. I got that tool. I'm packing.
You must be some kind of a dumbass. And I will never retire.
You know, this aggression will not stand, man.
Get that garbage out of here.
It doesn't matter what you think.
It's still real to me, damn it.
What is up, everybody? Happy Friday night. Welcome to another episode of Friday Night Review. My name is Metal Mike, and do not adjust your dials, your screens, whatever you're watching us on tonight. It's a little bit of a different crew here tonight. I am joined here, Cam. Welcome. How you doing tonight? Cam is usually here on Friday Night Review. He is you're part of the original cast of Friday Night Review. You are the yeah. So Cam is the original cast member of Friday Night Review here, and we are also joined here tonight by the bearded bastard himself, Shadow. Gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. Rainy, but we're good over here.
Yeah, it's been raining on and off all day over here too.
I think there's a storm system kind of on this, like from like half down, split down the map to the East Coast, because we're getting
Cyborg or whatever it's called.
Yeah. So, but gentlemen, we had a little backstage segment with AJ Styles, pretty much talking about match later on in the night. We went to a commercial break, then we came back, and we had Bayley come out. The new WWE Women's Champion came out and made her championship address, basically talked about her match at Mania, winning the championship. And she got interrupted by one Tiffany.
Don't say it. He's gonna appear, bro. Don't say it.
I won't say it.
Say her name 3 times, he appears.
I won't say it 3 times. But Tiffany came out and interrupted Bayley and said that she was going to answer Bayley's open challenge, but Bayley said that she did have one person that she wanted to face, and that was Naomi. Naomi came out, and Naomi said that she would accept the open challenge, but not just yet. She had to beat Tiffany. And that ended up having Tiffany and Naomi end up in a match. Before we get into the match,
It's not here yet, Cam. We're good.
Do you guys have anything to say about the Bayley, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi promo before the match?
Just a couple things.
Go for it.
One, obviously, like I said, this was a great Bayley promo. It's great to see her finally get, her moment. I think she's another one that kind of got a raw deal, like kind of like Drew, when it comes to achieving such a height at one point. I mean, she was a double champ at one point with Sasha Banks and tag team champions, but there was no fans. So, and they went on a hell of a run. So to me, I feel like this is her big moment with fans back now. So it's great to see her, get her moment in front of fans now. And especially with this interruption with Tiffany Stratton coming out, this is an interruption I had talked about with Cody on Raw getting interrupted from by The Rock. This was an interruption that didn't take away from Bayley. It just added to what's next for her in terms of title defenses and feuds and things like that. And it didn't drag on so much to where you're like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, this is taking up so much time on the show. So it actually alludes to what's next for Bayley. So that was good. It didn't take away anything from, what she did tonight in the promo.
Right. I enjoyed it. I feel like we're not gonna get Hugger Bayley back because that's never coming back. But we're going back to a face Bayley. It feels like, and I like it because I like her as heel because she can do it. But I feel she's one of those wrestlers that you can pin as a face, and it's always going to work. In my opinion, it might not be everybody's opinion of Bayley, but as my opinion of Bayley is, I prefer her as a face over a heel because I feel when she's a heel, because she's such a naturally loving person in like normalcy, that the heel character comes off a little tougher for her because she has to be ignorant to these people. She has to be rude to these people. and that's not her nature, right? I understand she knows it's a gig, it's a show, it's a production, but I think it eats at her because when you watch her heel promo, she kind of stutters over herself. But when you watch her face promos, she's clear as day and she's el- um, eloquent when she speaks.
Well, I think with that being said, when she does her heel promos, she's just trying to catch the heat.
Right, and she
And
stutters a lot with it, but it's not her fault. She's
yeah,
trying to react, right, and
yeah.
it's
With
not always met the way she thinks it's going to be.
with her being a
Um,
baby face, she's a little more calm. She's a little more collected. She can get her and the thing is too with being a baby face, she can be calm because she can pause and let the crowd kind of react. As a heel,
you can't
she's
do
got to
that.
keep, yeah, she's got to keep shooting the words out to keep getting that heat. I mean, if you go, I mean, even if you go and look at how Dom does things right now, Dom is continuously trying to talk, but he just keeps getting booed.
Right.
Now he's starting to work. When you watch him now, he's finally starting to work in the whole. He'll say something, the boos will come. He pauses.
Yeah.
Some superstars you can see that they're starting to figure that out. Some superstars not so much. But
Right.
Bayley, I agree. Bayley is a much better promo as a babyface. I mean, I was never a Bayley fan. I wasn't, but she is also one of those superstars that she can end up, like you said, getting pinned or submitted as a babyface and still be hot. I mean, you could go back as far as when she was finishing up her time in NXT, and that was the time Asuka was coming in.
She
Asuka was
was a
dominant.
face.
Yeah, and Bayley was getting beat by Asuka down in NXT, and then we finally got Bayley up on the main roster, and she struck gold right away on the main roster. There was no waiting.
My next point to
So,
the segment is I get what Naomi has done.
mhm.
I get that she's a veteran, but realistically, tonight that made no sense to me. There was no interaction beforehand, other than like Jade, Bianca, and her doing something with damage control, but it has nothing to do with Bailey, right?
Oh,
Like that. I guess that's the tie you can find, but like
well, the other
that's
thing is
that's
too,
like searching for that tie-in.
the other thing is
It's
too,
not a natural tie-in.
the other thing is like she said she's gonna be a defending champ, like she's gonna defend the championship and everything like that. She's gonna be a fighting champion.
Right.
So with Naomi, Jade, and Bianca getting that win at Mania, and we'll get into that a little bit. We've seen Jade and Bianca tag up later on in the night in a tag match. That left Naomi wide open to do whatever. She's coming off a win at WrestleMania.
Mm.
So now you're leaving that opening for Naomi, who's coming off a win at Mania.
But
So
again, you had to look at the tie. You had to look for that tie-in, right?
there's a little
Like,
tie-in. There is. I agree with that.
um,
But at the same time, it could be fair to say that this is a new season of SmackDown
oh yeah,
because
100%.
WrestleMania is the end of the season, basically.
Right.
So things are kind of like new beginnings, and they got to start somewhere. They do, even if there is no tie-ins, they got to start somewhere.
I guess I'm just looking for the fluidity of it. I'm not getting what I want on that segment, which is fine. I'm sure it'll play out well. Um,
But we
Tiffany coming out. I mean, that's just setting her up for down the road. I am gonna slide with Sean here. I truly think they're building her to become something bigger headed into the summer when she wins Money in the Bank.
Yeah, hey, like I said, Mike, you might not want to hear it, but I do. I kind of do believe that because I was thinking about it today, and I started thinking like I do believe that's going to happen because they're looking at her quick popularity that she's already had. She hasn't been on the main roster very long. They're looking at how quickly she's caught on to just being so fluid and so crisp in the ring and not being a wrestler for very long. So they look at stuff like that and they capitalize on stuff like that. They don't wait for a particular moment. They capitalize on stuff like that. So, and of course they're always going to push new stars to the main event scene. And right
I'd
now, like I
much
said,
rather
I
them
don't
push
think
her than someone
right
like
Bianca Belair again.
right or Nia Jax. Like we don't need it.
No. So that's what I'm saying. So she's a fresh face in the main event scene. She's a fresh face that, can easily put on great matches. We've seen it already. And so yeah, so that it's just I can see the writing on the walls right now. So
If
Well,
she wins it though, too, it could be very. If she can go into Money in the Bank and win it, the way her character is now, let's fast forward to 6 months and say the character's still the same, her holding a briefcase, the way her character is, it could work.
well, speaking of Tiffany Stratton matches, we did go to a commercial break after the promo. We came back from the commercial break, seeing Paul Heyman coming out of the trainer's room, checking on Jimmy. We'll talk about that in a moment, but let's get into this match. Tiffany Stratton took on Naomi in a one-on-one match. Like Naomi said, that she has to beat Tiffany Stratton in order to become the number one contender for the championship. Cam, it's been very well documented. I mean, I'll say this, you're not the only fan. I know there's a lot of fans out there. There's times where I'm not a fan of roll up or jackknife pins for a win. In this case, Naomi ended up getting the win with a jackknife pin and now pretty much is the number one contender for Bayley's championship. Uh Real quick, I will say this cool little call out for Tiffany Stratton with her gear to the movie Clueless. If you've never
Is that
seen
what it
that
was?
movie, yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I was trying
okay.
to figure that
That's what
out.
that was. That's what that was. Okay.
yes, and even Naomi called
Gotcha.
her out on it.
Yeah.
Naomi called her out on it in the promo of, your clueless looking self, and I was like, "Oh, snap. Yeah, her gear looks just like what the one girl wore in the movie Clueless." So, but
Yep, yep.
thoughts on this match, Cam?
I mean, it was fine for what it was. Uh Again, like I said, a roll of victory. I've said all I possibly can say about roll of victories.
Yeah.
In its entirety. But yeah, I mean, it was a fine match for what it was. Like I said, getting Naomi that really big win. I'd say putting her in this position. So what Shadow was saying earlier about having to find that tie-in to her. I think they're putting what they're really doing is what they really did tonight with SmackDown as opposed to what they did on Raw
Mhm.
is they're really tying in these people that were in these matches, whether it be multi-person matches or singles matches. The winners of Mania matches, they're setting them up for the next big thing.
They're
You know what I mean?
rewards.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So they're setting them up for the next big thing. So in that regard, I think it makes sense, since Naomi's team did win at Mania. But yeah, overall this was an okay match. But I'm looking forward to her versus Bayley. I think that'd be a great match.
Shadow, you got any thoughts on this match?
Not really. I don't care for it.
Um, Again, we
Nothing
came
wrong with it. I just don't care for it.
start closing things out. Shadow, you want to let everybody know where they can find you?
Hey man, you can't find me anywhere right now. You want to check out my opinions and rants and random shit? Come over to see me on Twitter or X at that guy Shadow91. Other than that, I'm still on hiatus, but I wanted to make an appearance tonight and talk wrestling with these guys. So, with that being said, Cam, take it over, man.
You can find me right here every single Friday night with Friday Night Review with our usual trio with me, Jamie, and Skiles, of course. And then this is the first time we've actually gone live for Friday Night Review for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. But anyways, we are back. But you can find me on our sister page on Rivet City Radio every single Monday night with the table spot immediately following Monday Night Raw with Metalcore Mike, myself, and of course, the Tiffany Stratton obsessed man, the Alpha Wolf Sean. And then, of course, on Wednesday nights, right there on River City Radio again with the Boom with myself, Phil Khan, and of course, Metalcore Mike. And then you can find me on my socials. I have 3 TikTok pages. Call me Cam G, Cam's Wrestling Corner, and Cam's Squared Circle Mania. And then you could find me on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Cam and Cheese 317. And if that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 Bacon, Eggs, and Cam.
Yeah, you can catch me all across the socials: X, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch at Metal Mike 714, and on Snapchat Metal Mike 714. As far as shows, like Cam said, every Monday night right after Raw at 11:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the table spot with Cam and Sean. Fast forward to Wednesday night, right after Dynamite, 10:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Boom with Cam and Phil. And then you catch me on Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with the Candyman himself, Johnny H, for Rivet City Red Zone. And I also have a recorded show called Rivet City Red Zone's Halftime Heat. It's recorded on Tuesday, dropped on Wednesday. It's the news that comes out from the moment we go off the air on Sunday until Tuesday afternoon. And you can also catch my articles on the Patreon, patreon.com/Rivet City Radio. And no free shout outs to Last Word on Sports, but you can also check out my articles on Last Word on Sports. I write Philadelphia Eagles content for them, and I'm finishing up my next article, and I'm hoping to have it out there and ready by the beginning of the next week. Guys, you have anything else left for the class?
Yes, but I think Cam does first. So go ahead, Cam.
No, I was gonna say no.
Oh, okay. Next Thursday, ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a revolutionary, absolute visionary of an episode of Career Retrospective as we cover the career of Seth freaking Rollins. Make sure you tune in 10 p.m. next Thursday, right here on Off the Top Rivet City Radio. We'll be live discussing Seth. Join the conversation, maybe even join the panel. Watch it.
All righty. Well, thank you everybody for watching Friday Night Review tonight. Just remember to head over to Off the Top Media and Rivet City Radio's Twitch and YouTube channels. Hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, check out all the great content going on throughout the networks. Again, thank you everybody. Be good to each other, be kind to each other, take care of each other, be patient with each other. Remember, the world is not moving as fast as you think. Until next time, deuces.